Hello, I'm Kunal Onanje. Welcome to my lecture. Today's our lecture is a laser. Laser is nothing but light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Laser is not the process. It is one type of amplification of light, that is by using the stimulated emission of radiation. So laser is nothing but light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So in this laser we are going to amplify the light signals. We are going to amplify the light signals, and that amplification is done by using stimulated emission of radiation. So combinedly it is called as the laser. So first of all, what is mean by amplification? So amplification is simply nothing but the strengthening of the signals, means weak signals are converted into the strong signals. This process is called as amplification. So for that we are taking one example of, that is the sound signal. Suppose this is the sound signal. It is one of the sound signal having some wavelength, some amplitude and some of the parameters of that signals. But initially this is the weak signal. But when this weak signal is passing through the amplifying device, now here we are taking the device is nothing but the speaker. So when this weak signal is passing from this speaker, it is getting amplified. So this is the signal which is coming from this device, that is the speaker. So when the sound is coming out of the speaker, all the parameters are same, but only the single parameter, that is called as amplitude, or we can say it is the strength of the signal, is increased. Means here before this amplifier the signal was weak, but after this amplifier the signal was strong. Means this process is called as amplification. Means when we are comparing these two signals, only the strength is different, remaining all parameters are same. So this process is called as amplification, but this amplification is of the sound signal. So similar process we are going to apply towards the light signals, and this is called as the amplification of light signal. But this amplification is done by using the specific process that is called as stimulated emission of radiation. So what is mean by this stimulated emission of radiation? So for that we have to know about the atom. So what is mean by atom? Atom is the smallest particle of any body or any material which is present on this earth, that is the atom. So atom, the construction or the structure of the atom is like this. At the center of the any atom, it is having the nucleus which is positively charged, and around that nucleus number of electrons are revolving around that nucleus in a specific orbit. So every electron is having its own orbit, and every orbit is having its energy. So every orbit is also called as the energy level. So every orbit is having its own energy level. Means any electron which is present in that orbit or on that energy level, it is also having the same energy of that electron. Means every electron is having energy of that energy level. So when the electron, suppose I am considering electron is at the energy level number 4, n is equals to 4. So this electron present at this energy level, it is having energy of that energy level. But this electron can be transferred from this energy level to higher energy level or the lower energy level. But for this transition there must be some condition. So for the transition from lower energy level to the higher energy level, the energy must be absorbed by this electron so that it will achieve the energy of next energy level, and it will go to the next energy level. But if this electron wants to go to the lower energy level, so extra energy which is having with this electron, it must be emitted, and so that it will achieve the energy of the lower energy level. So during transition from higher energy level to the lower energy level, electron must remove, it must emit that energy, and this energy emission that may be in the form of light, and that is called as radiation. So this process is called as emission of radiation. So when electron is transferred from higher energy level, we can say excited state, towards the ground state or towards the lower energy level, the light is emitted, and that is called as emission of radiation. So this is simply the emission of radiation. But we must know about the stimulated emission of radiation. So what is meant by this stimulated emission of radiation? So we will discuss about this stimulated emission of radiation. So here in this diagram we are having two energy levels. One is the ground state, another is the excited state. Ground state is having low energy and excited state is having the higher energy. So suppose for the first position, electron was at the ground state, but when it will absorb energy at this ground state, it will go towards the excited state. So this transition is called as the spontaneous absorption. So this is absorption of energy by this electron at the ground state, and this process is called as the spontaneous absorption. Now the electron is going towards the excited state. Now it is at the excited state, but the lifetime of this excited state is very small, so it will not be stable here. It wants to come to the ground state. So for this transition from excited state to the ground state, or from higher energy level to the lower energy level, the extra energy which is having with this electron, it must be emitted. So this energy must be emitted by this electron to go to the ground state, but that energy will be emitted in the form of light, or is also called as the photon. So this photon is having energy equal to the energy difference between these two energy levels, and it is having the parameters, that is wavelength and frequency, in terms of that energy. So this process is called as the spontaneous emission. So this process is called as the spontaneous emission. Now next one is called as the stimulated emission. What is meant by stimulated emission? Suppose similar to the before, that is electron is originally at the excited state, but at this excited state this electron also absorbs some photon or some energy, that is in the form of light. So energy will be absorbed by that electron at the excited state. That photon or this energy must be equal to again the energy difference between these two energy levels. So again this electron will be unstable at the excited state, so it wants to come to the ground state, but for this transition it has to emit the energy associated with that, so that it will achieve the energy of this ground state. So now this electron is having energy equals to double of the energy difference between these two energy levels, so that energy will be emitted. So for the coming from excited state to ground state, the energy emitted, and that energy will be emitted in the form of two photons. So these two photons having equal energy and equal parameter, that is frequency and wavelength. So during this transition from excited state to the ground state, there is a stimulation of this photon. So due to the influence of this photon, the transition is occurred, and this process is called as stimulated emission. But in this stimulated emission, two photons are emitted. So when we are comparing the spontaneous emission and stimulated emission, here in the spontaneous emission only one photon was emitted, and in the stimulated emission two photons are emitted. So this is called as the amplification, means here it is the small signal of light, and here it is the large two signals, or it is the strength of the signal is increased, or intensity of light is increased. So this process is called as the amplification of light, and this is done by using the process of stimulated emission of radiation. So this is called as the laser. So these are the three types of processes: spontaneous absorption, spontaneous emission, and stimulated emission. So in this way we can discuss the laser. So we are having some properties of the laser. So basically four properties of the laser. First one is monochromaticity, coherence, directionality, and intensity. So monochromaticity means laser is having single wavelength. So all the photons coming out of the laser, they are having the same wavelength. Then second property, that is coherence, means constant phase wavelength frequency over the distance or the time. Then directionality, laser is highly directional source, means the divergence of the laser is very small when we are comparing these two examples. So normal source is having more divergence, but the laser source is having very small divergence. And the final property, that is called as the intensity. Laser is highly intense source, so very small input given to this laser source which will give very large output. So these are the properties of the laser. So this is about the laser. Thank you.